Trusty backers, this is Brian here. I'm sorry that it's been a little bit since our last update, but we had Gamma last week, and right after going to Gamma, Drew and the Norse Foundry team and Isaac went from Gamma to Emerald City Comic Con, and about 12 hours after I got back home from it, I had to go down to Florida for a family health emergency. In the first segment, you will have seen. Now, I'll do it afterwards. After I finish talking, I'll put up a little video of the press proofs for the last 4 stretch goal decks. They look really great. I've already approved them to go to print, which is awesome, so they are in production. So a little update on everything else. The main first shipment to the US of the 5 initial decks got into port, went through customs, we hired a logistics partner that's helping with everything both here and overseas, and they're in between there and Norse Foundry's warehouse. So that should hopefully get to the Norse warehouse sometime this week. And then we're doing PAX East on next Wednesday, I think is when we all leave for it. So depending on how things get in, I don't know if things will start shipping out at the end of this week or right after PAX East for the initial 5 decks in the US. For overseas, I messed up some of the paperwork, and so things didn't get picked up properly from the printer to go to the EU as well as to Australia and New Zealand. So what our logistics partner suggested was that we just wait and get the last 4 decks, because they're already now in print. They're in the print process, to get them all together and ship it all at once. So I'm sorry, EU backers and New Zealand and Australia. Those are going to be moving a little bit slower, but they shouldn't be off by that much, because the print production on the stretch goal card should go pretty quickly. Everything else is moving along. If you're going to be at PAX East, please stop by the Norse Foundry booth and say hi, and thank you all so much for being a part of this Kickstarter. I know we're a little behind schedule, but you're going to be really pleased with the product. So thank you. Bye. So after the Gamma trade show, I had to go out of town unexpectedly, so I went ahead and brought the color proofs of the next decks with me. As you see here, here's the packaging of the 4 stretch goals. Sorry for the coffee brewing in the background. Here's the inside color that's going to go inside the decks themselves. We have the back of the cards, which is the same as the previous backs. We have the Magic Items deck. You can see this is just one giant press sheet. And this is actually how it'll be printed, but on nicer paper. This is just a digital color proof for approval. Here we have the NPC deck. I'm so happy with how all of these decks have turned out. They look really great, and I can't wait to actually hold them in a card format. Then we have the Monsters deck. Sorry for the lighting in this hotel, it is not the best. Then we have the Traps deck, Traps and Obstacles. I think this one's going to be so much fun. And then lastly, we have the shipper box, which is the same one as what we had with the previous sets. So these have all already been approved, and they're in print right now. I will give you more with a little more when you can see my face. Thanks.